My name is Eleanor Noble, and I am the owner, director of Miss Ellie's Takeaways. Educational history, obviously primary school, high school. I didn't go any further than high school. And I worked for a few months at Pick and Pay after high school. And then I met my husband, and that is where my business journey started. We were doing quite a few things business-wise, but for the most part, I think in 2007 we started the takeaways. We were actually very good business partners. Him and myself ran the business together, and we were very good business partners. We had a takeaways, we had a chisanyama, and we also had a second-hand shop. So we used to go to all the auctions in Cape Town, and we did very well in business. So basically, I never had a boss. I never worked in my life. I worked for a few months, and that was it. And then in 2010, life happened. So I basically resigned from my own business. You know, running a business with your husband isn't the easiest. So the dynamics of the relationship, obviously being married to this person, also comes into play in business also. So then I basically just decided, I had enough. And I decided to resign from my own business. I think at the time he actually didn't think that I'm serious. After the third day of being at home, he said, so now you should go and open up the shop. And I thought, you don't know, I'm so serious. And I actually resigned from the business. I didn't want to have anything to do with the business. And that is actually where I also saw that my influence in the business, because obviously you've been doing it so long and you think, okay, we're together in the business, so you must now go ahead and continue. And that's where I actually saw my role in the business, how important it was, because he couldn't survive on his own, and the businesses failed, went down. And so that was a period from 2010 until 2016. I was still involved because I love sales. I was still involved with some sort of sales, always selling something on the side, perfume, jewelry, this and that. But then in 2016, I started volunteering at my church, and the church then decided to employ me. So for 3 years, I've actually been working. That was the first time that I had a boss. And it was a very nice experience. It brought something different. Obviously now you're not your own boss. You've got somebody that you need to account to. And for me, it was actually it was because now you're in business, but then you realize, wow, I've got other skills also. And I was a receptionist for that period of time, and I learned that I've got other skills also, and those skills were developed. So for me, it was an awesome time. I really enjoyed it. And then in 2020, COVID happened, and obviously the church closed, and now we needed to find a plan B. And in August of 2020, that is when Miss Ellie started. Miss Ellie's is basically, when we started off, obviously this is my background. I've been in business all this time, and then my son actually motivated me and said, Mom, so when are you going to start? I actually think we spoke about it on like the Thursday. So I'm thinking I just stopped working. So I obviously now need some time to get my act together and think the way forward. And then the Monday already says, so what have you thought about? And I'm thinking, I haven't thought about anything. What do you mean? Yeah, so basically, Miss Ellie is now, yeah, the name itself. There's an aunt of mine who called me Miss Ellie's. Yeah, she passed away in 2018. But her name, she didn't call me by my full name, Eleanor. No, she was the only aunt that Miss Ellie's. I can just say that. Yes, and she's actually a big influence because on my background also, I didn't grow up with my mom. So she was actually the person who reared me from a very young age. And my love for making food also, that also came from ladies that had great influence in my life. My aunt Eleanor, I actually got my name from her. It's my mom's cousin. And then my other aunt that I also stayed with for a few years, that is where the love for baking and making vetkoek, you know, we used to have those church events. She was working on a Saturday. So on a Saturday when she goes to work, I would get the instruction on that you now need to get the dough ready for maybe we're going to have a church function or something like that. So that was my task. And that is where the experience of being in the kitchen and being able to cook and you know, that is where it came from. So I'm very grateful to those ladies for the, you know, the influence that they had in my life, my auntie Eleanor and my auntie Olaine. Yeah. So yeah, I had great ladies that influenced me awesomely in rearing me up as a young lady. You know, they played a great influence. And yeah, so that is the background of Miss Ellie's. So 2020, August, that is where the Miss Ellie's journey started. Oh, the future for Miss Ellie's. You know, when you start something and you're thinking, okay, we're just doing this, and you see this thing evolving, you see this thing growing, and you see people loving the food, you see people coming back for more, and yeah, because now we started in the kitchen, and now we saw that it's not working in the kitchen anymore, so we have to take this thing to another level. At first, we actually thought, okay, let's get a food truck. But then it was now back to level 3 and back to this and all of that. Then we said, no, man, plan B, because there's a vaccine and there's all of these developments also happening in the country. So let's be realistic. So Miss Ellie's is currently now moving into our garage. We've allocated a space for Miss Ellie's. So Miss Ellie's is now going to be away on its own from the home environment. And we definitely see Miss Ellie's going big, because we are online. We see everybody's responses online, how people are interested in the business. We've got a lot of people, a lot of deliveries that we do. We have a lot of people doing pickups. So I would say we are giving Miss Ellie's a 1 year. I don't know if after a year we'll still be in the garage. I don't think so. So for now, Miss Ellie's is moving to the garage, but I definitely see Miss Ellie's, yeah, other premises, whether it be a shopping mall, whether it be in an industrial area. But Miss Ellie's is growing at a rate, I would say, beyond our expectation. I would say to the becoming that your life experiences, your abilities, sometimes we look down at ourselves and you think, no, I don't have any skills, I don't have any talent, I don't have the know-how of running a business or becoming an entrepreneur. But you will actually be surprised that the things that you go through in life is actually preparation for the journey that you need to take. And it's basically looking within yourself and taking that first step. Don't be shy, don't be scared, just take that first step. You will actually surprise yourself. And words of wisdom, I would actually say that if you can apply what you know, you are well on your way to realizing your dreams, becoming independent, applying your skills, and actually seeing that you don't need to work for a boss in order for you to be successful. You don't need to be dependent on somebody for you to be successful. God has given you everything. It's just for you to be basically applying what He has given you, for you to recognize even what He has given you. Sometimes obviously insecurities, and maybe you've gone through things in life, those things obviously, but if you can get beyond that, I'm telling you, not even the sky is the limit. There is no limit at all.